Very good morning, students. Once again we are here to revise. Almost we have seen everything, and I am very sure that you have revised this topic, this subject, English, maybe many times. It's quite simple. One of the questions we have over here is answer the following questions in 2 or 3 sentences. Alright, now there are various questions from the 3 chapters. We have taken chapter 1, 2 and 3. And these 3 chapters, there are different kinds of long question answers that we have to see. We will revise it. Earlier also we have revised even in a live class. We have begun with this long question answer. Let us see one by one. What fun was planned by Tom and Huck for that day? See, we know the story very nicely. Tom is a character in this story. It was a Saturday holiday. Tom and his friend Huck, they planned for the day that they will rest to the river and go swimming. That was the plan for the day. But we know unfortunately Aunt Polly had given him to work the fence. So here we are mainly talking about the plan of Tom and Huck. Saturday holiday, they planned that they would rest to the river and then they go for swimming. The second question we have over here is, why did Tom fumble his pocket? It is nice over here for us to know the little background also, so we don't have to claim, we don't have to mug up, we don't have to by heart the question and answers. No, just understand the story and then we are able to write these answers even in our own words. Alright, so why did Tom fumble his pocket? I have told you 100 years of time. To fumble means to look inside his pocket. So Tom wanted the help from the other friends. He wanted to buy help from the friends to paint the fence. He wanted to check that what he owed. So he fumbled his pocket, but there was nothing of real value. And this is the true and correct answer. What was Tom especially scared of? Tom was especially scared of Ben's laugh. He was thinking that Ben would make fun of him. And Ben asked him, working on a holiday? Yes, you must work even on a holiday. So this was scared. He was afraid because everybody, all of his friends are playing. And Tom has to paint the fence, and that's why he was very much scared. And especially he was very much scared of Ben. Question number 4 we have over here, and that is, why is it say Jim was only human? Tom tried to convince Jim to help him to paint the fence. He tried to treat him emotionally, and Jim was ready to help him out, but at last he couldn't help and that's why Tom said Jeep only was human. Question number 5 we have, Tom gave the brush to Ben slowly but with joy in his heart. Explain. We know it, okay? Tom became very happy when Ben requested him to let him paint the fence. Tom was succeeded in his plan to get the help. Besides this, he also got an apple from Ben's to eat, and that's why he was very happy, but he did not give then and there. He gave very slowly so that he is not caught that this Tom is fooling me, Tom wants me to work, but he gave brush very slowly. Yes, we are looking at these questions. Some more questions we have. Why did the boy to steal the key to the cage? We know the story of Golden Locks. Prince Golden Lock was playing with his golden ball, that is his favorite toy. And while playing, that ball went inside the cage. Where in the cage, his father recently caught the giant from the forest and he captured and kept inside. Now the boy is playing ball went inside. So the Golden Locks knew that his father would be angry if he comes to know that who has freed the giant. So in order to release the giant, the boy has to steal the key to the cage so that he can get his ball back. Why was the prince called Golden Locks? In a kingdom, the king had a son and his name was Golden Locks. Why he was known as Golden Locks? Because he had beautiful golden hair, and because of this his name was, he was known as Golden Locks. What was Golden Locks' job at the gardener's place? We know the whole story very nicely. The prince Golden Locks released the giant. The other side, his father called the different neighboring kings to see the giant which he has captured, to show his bravery. When all the kings come and when they go to the cage, they did not find the giant. And then and there, the king says, I will punish the culprit who has freed the giant, without knowing that who has released the giant. Later he came to know that was his son, but in order to keep up his promise, he has to banish his own son. And he called the soldiers and asked them to keep this princess quite away, far from the town, so that he could not return. We know the story that the soldiers were kind enough, so they just changed his clothes and put them in gardener's place. Now, what is the Golden Locks' job at gardener's place? So the Golden Locks, here he has to collect the flowers from the garden, tie it together, prepare a nice bouquet and give to the princess of that place. That was his job at the gardener's place. Another question we have, why did the princess refuse to marry other princes? Since the princess received flowers sweetly from the golden rocks, she fell in love with him and one day sent a bouquet tied with his golden strands. By seeing this bouquet tied with the golden hair, she was very much impressed. The princess, impressed by him, that she wanted to only marry the person who had sent this bouquet tied with the golden hair. And that's why she refused to marry other prince of the area, and she says, no, I will just marry the person who has sent this flower tied with this golden hair. Another question we have over here is, who are responsible for the chaotic traffic situation in the city? This is also a very nice article written by Jatin Singh. He has written this article for the traffic problem in Jalandhar city. Now, he has mentioned it well, who are responsible. So what is the answer? The correct answer here is very short, very nice, very easy, even for us to remember. The Municipal Corporation of Jalandhar and the police are responsible for the traffic situation in the city. Why was the giant ready to carry out the wish of golden law? Giant was captured. That same king is ill. That same king is now at the bed, at the deathbed, about to die, going to die. And for the cure, we know what is required for the cure, and that is the deadly snake, the deadly tiger snake's poison. Venom is required, and that is very hard to get, very difficult to get. His son, that is the golden law, came to know about it, that my father is ill, he is sick, and for that we need a venom. So he is requesting, he remembers the giant, because giant is staying in the forest, he knows the thing. Giant says, okay, why are you going in a trouble for a father who banished you? But he says, after all, he is my father, I have to help him out. So there was an obligation. Since the golden law freed the giant, he had an obligation that he has done favor to me, I also will do some favor to golden law. But he said, I will get the venom from the deadly snake, but I will not go to the king. You yourself have to go. So that's why giant was ready to carry out the wish of the golden law. So we have been thorough with some of the questions. Alright, it's nice to see this long question answer, short question answer. We have to understand. Now this is the story, the 6 blind men and the elephant. We all know the story, we might have heard earlier also, and when we have studied, this story is very nice. I tell you in a nutshell so that it becomes a bit easier for us to answer the questions also. The 6 blind men from the Hindustan, they have used Old English over here. That is from Hindustan, went to see the elephant. All 6 of them, they are blind. First man is going and touching the sturdy side, that is the stomach, middle part, and he feels that the elephant is like a wall. Okay? Then we have a second person. The second person is going and touching the tusk, and he says the elephant is like a sphere. There is a third person is going and touching the trunk, and he says the elephant is like a snake. There is a fourth person is touching the knee, and is telling the elephant is like a tree. There is a fifth one, all of them they are blind, touching the ear, and he says even the blind person can tell that the elephant is like a fan. And the last one, he got chance to touch the tail of the elephant, and he says the elephant is like a rope. All of them partly right, but they are wrong. So based on that poem, based on that story, we have some questions over here. Again, I would like to remind you that we know we are thorough. You may think that this is revision, okay, we know all the question answers well. We can write also. Alright, let us see. Who went to see the elephant? 6 blind men from Hindustan went to see the elephant. This will be our right answer. Second question we have, what did the first man do? See, there is a little possibility of confusing the question. What is this? Observation is altogether different thing. And what did he do? What did the first man do? The first man approached the elephant and he touched his sturdy side. Okay, that is the correct answer for us over here. Third question here, what was the first man's opinion about the elephant? The first man is going and touching the sturdy side of the elephant, and then he gives his opinion, and blind person is telling that this elephant is like a wall. So this will be a very good answer. What was the second man's observation about the elephant? Okay, as you know, the first, second, and the second man felt the tusk. I already recall it. The tusk of the elephant. It was round, smooth and sharp. The second man called it the wonders of an elephant, and he said, this is the wonders, 7 wonders we have. One of them is this, I mean not this the wonders, but this person is calling is the wonders of the elephant. He felt it like a spear. It was smooth and sharp, and that's why this person, this blind man, is telling that it is like a spear. What part of the elephant did the third man feel? The third man is going there and approaching, and third man is felt the trunk of the elephant. There is a trunk is that moving from side to side, and then he found that the elephant is like a snake. What did the eager hand of the fourth man found? And the fourth man found the knee of the elephant, his legs, and then this fourth man is telling that the elephant is like a tree. What marvel of the elephant did the fifth man find? And what was his opinion about the elephant? Fifth man is going and he is finding the ear of the elephant, and then he says the elephant is like a fan. And at the end, the sixth man is touching the tail and he is telling the elephant is like a rope. All of them at the end shouted, they stuck to each other's opinion, they were not ready to give up. But then finally the poet says all of them, they were partly right, not totally right. So many theological wars have taken place, and that is also because of this ignorance. So dear friends, these are the questions we have seen. Prepare it well, do it well. All the best. See you again. Thank you. Have a nice day.